Here we are. We've got Bo McCool down here, all the way from Louisiana. What city we were asking last night? I forgot.
Lacombe.
Lacombe?
It's on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah, and we got Steven Hicks from Houston. Steven and I have been fishing the last few days with him and his bride, Marie. And we've had a couple of good days of fishing. We've had a couple of good shots. Today's kind of a unique day, simply because, number one, we're out of wader season, but we're wearing waders. And we got a front coming in. It's supposed to hit between noon and 2 o'clock. So we're going to run with waders because of the ride in. And we're going to try to surf home, I guess you would. It's supposed to be pretty powerful, 30, 35 mile an hour winds. So the boat ride in, we don't want to be cold. That's why we're on waders, Bo.
That's why we ride shallow sports.
This is SCB, bud.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We've cut that part out.
Yeah,
that's just.
Yeah, last time Bo was here, we did shallow sport. But so we got some fish dialed in. We're going to throw topwaters and plastics right out of the gate. We're going to run in the dark to get there at the right, just capitalize on as much fishing time as we can. It's already blowing out of the north a little bit. One thing worth noting is once that front hits, depending on how powerful it is, we're probably going to try to fish just a little bit longer to see if those fish start eating a lot right as that front's blowing through stronger, just to see. Sometimes they do, and it can be epic for a short window. But we just don't know. We got to see what's going on when we get to where we're going. So that's the game plan. Pre-frontal, no doubt. End of March. Pretty good lunar phase. Everything's looking good, pending that that front doesn't hurt us too bad. And then of course we'll readdress the situation tomorrow. Bo, anything you want to add?
Today's my birthday.
And it's Bo's birthday.
I come down here every year.
This guy.
I could be anywhere I want today. I come here with this guy. 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
He's actually nice to me too.
I don't know why, but I am.
You got a ladder on here?
Yeah.
More fake news.
That's your birthday present?
That's my birthday present.
In case you didn't know.
I asked him if he liked other people because he didn't have a ladder on his boat. But
I just want you to waller in on the shallow sport with no sides.
Like a beach whale.
But the last couple of days have been pretty good. Yesterday we were on some really good fish. We just couldn't get them to eat. We caught some small ones. They were hitting, but right, Steve, it was tough, man.
Yeah, fished hard and just didn't want to eat. Great area, some good reds, but
I had two good ones that I saw, and Marie had one good one that I confirmed were big fish, but we just could not get them to eat the rest of the day. It was really a struggle and frustrating. I mean, but that's just the way it goes. But today the water temperature is warm. Right now it's 76.
Wow.
Yeah. But we're wearing waders and
skinny dipping
weather. Yeah, for you guys from Louisiana, no doubt.
It's 62 up there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we had a pretty good freeze last week. Killed all my tomato plants, zucchini, and my bell peppers.
Really?
And I had them covered. We got down in the 20s up there.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. But I feel good. I think we'll have a shot today.
Yeah. It's a good moon day today and tomorrow.
Yes, everything looks good.
We just change.
It's fun. It's blowing right now a little bit. It's going to be a little bumpy.
Yeah.
But we'll check the weather right at the end of the harbor that I always do. The wind. And I look up the coast to see about where it's at. As a, say it's in San Antonio or Corpus Christi or wherever. There's Ruben calling me right there. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey man, you going out?
I'm going to sticking to plan A.
Okay, plan A, alright. I'm going to go plan A on as well. But I'll have my phone on for the fog and see if it looks good.
Yeah, no, I'm going to run by GPS.
Yeah, so am I.
Say hi to the camera, Ruby.
Hey guys, this is Ruben. Half asleep, drinking the black nectar of God's coffee.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, Ruby. I'll see you where we're going. See you at Plan A spot. Later.
Man, I like it.
We made it. We're gonna fish a little pocket, kind of a little pocket that's got a little lip on it, and just work that top water or that corky and zigzag. We're gonna do a lot of left to right walking like this and fan casting. There's been some pretty nice fish in here. We've got a pretty crisp north wind, but I think we'll be able to pull it off. Not a lot of floating grass, so we're going to be squared away. But again, we're going to work real slow and work that ledge, and then somebody needs to swing out deep, and maybe that corky stuff going on there will be good. So that's the game plan. Let's get after it while we can.
Oh yeah. She gave up quick, didn't she? It's salty water, huh? It's a good one. It's over 5 pounds. So Wayne was busy yelling at me to not walk off. There's a bunch of mullet jumping on this ledge right here, and I just threw in there twice. Did the deal. 3rd cast. So, I don't know what to say, but happy birthday to me. I don't want to hurt her. Just over 5. It's a good start. It's just a baby. Stay in the boat. I got it, okay? Sit down and get on the internet or something.
All right, so Bo's already hooked up. I'm not even out of the boat yet, but we pulled into this spot that it's a real small area, and we were throwing topwaters. And the other day, I don't throw the plum chartreuse a lot, but on the new 1/0 jig head, I was throwing that in here, and man, I caught a really nice trout. Man, I hooked it, doubled the rod over, came jumping out of the water like kind of reminded you of a dang tarpon or something. But it was an awesome fish, so I'm going to stick with this plum here. I'm going to back and forth between topwater and soft plastic in the Wiggalo on the 1/0 8 ounce jig head, and we're going to work these little elevation changes in a little ridge line that kind of curves, makes a little curve in this little pocket. The wind's not exactly the way I like it, but it's certainly doable on how to approach this area. So we know there's good fish in here. Bo, like 2nd or 3rd cast, had a 5 pounder. So we're going to work this area thoroughly. We've only seen 1 mullet jump, but that doesn't mean that the fish aren't here. But that's going to be our strategy. 1 guy deep, 1 guy shallow. I'll be in the middle of the road since I had the power pole and keep the boat with us. So that's the approach, and hopefully we'll get another one of those big fish that we had in here the other day. Working this soft plastic kind of lower in the water column. Not a big fish. The first one I had was bigger than this. Bo just lost one, but I'll tell you, they're thumping it. I mean, you're feeling it thump. Good fish. Can barely see the potholes out there. Another small fish. This one didn't thump it quite as hard. Not what we're looking for. Oh, not bad. A little bit better than those last couple. Oh, good. All right, so we had some camera issues. Now we resorted to the iPhone. We had some heavy rains. The wind's starting to pick up. Conditions are deteriorating. We made one quick move. Now we're back to the original spot that we started at to try to make another pass through here. We had a lot of great activity this morning. We had some really nice trout. So we're trying to capitalize on the premium areas as much as we can with this 35-mile-an-hour north wind approaching, and it's pretty close. I can see it off in the distance. So we're going to give this a go until we can't. We've already had one blow up where the guys just hopped out of the boat, but conditions are kind of falling apart on us. We knew that was going to be the case. It's just happening earlier rather than later. So we're going to give it a go, see what happens. All right, so we're doing the closing here, back at the slip because it got sporty out there. But we fished into that front like we talked about doing for a good period of time, and then we had some bad lightning come through. Not that we're scared to fish in adverse conditions, but it was time to come in, basically. The wind was cranking. The bite slowed down. We fished through that front as it passed through. And we had good success today. We had some good topwater bites, but I think the key today for me personally in the last 2 days was this wiggalo. And the reason why I opted for the wiggalo over the ball tail is because I could actually feel the fish thumping this thing. You can see it's all torn up. This is 2 days of fishing with it. But it was this bait, those fish were hitting it, boom, every time, boom. Lost a nice one. We had some good fish today. All in all, we made the most out of what we were up against, so that's just the way that it goes. Soaking wet, actually dry inside, but everything's just wet. And the front's blowing through, so the good thing is the front came through earlier than expected, which doesn't surprise me much, but it should set up nicely for tomorrow, especially if we can keep this overrunning and the overcast conditions. It's not going to get that cold. Water temperatures will not fall too much. Came in, water temp was still 76. So good day. All in all, we got some good fish in some adverse conditions. So that's fishing, and it's one of the latter days of our waders. Hopefully.